All right, now that I think we've gone over everything, let's have a little bit more fun with some options with brushes here. So what I'm going to do is go to my sphere 3D, go into edit mode, make a polymesh 3D, and then I'm going to go to initialize, hit Q cube, go into polyframe here. I'm going to change it to matte cap gray. So you guys will be in here, and we'll go ahead and start modifying this thing. So I'm going to go to my Z modeler brush. For you guys will be BZM, and I'm going to hover over this face. I'm going to hit X to go across X symmetry, which is going to toggle on our transform across symmetry here. I'm going to hover over face, hit spacebar, Q mesh, polygroup, all. And then as I drag this out, I'm going to hold down Shift just to move it along the surface normal. I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over this edge here. I'm going to go to Insert, Single Edge Loop, and I'm going to hover over this edge again, hold down Alt, and tap it to get rid of it. Now all I need to do is hover over this face. Actually, let's go ahead and take this edge here, Insert, and we'll change it to Bevel, Edge Loop Complete. We'll just put a little bevel in here, and then I'm going to hover over this face, Q Mesh, a single poly. I'm just going to pull that back and cut that out. So now I have a brush like this, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to follow a track along my mesh and do a negative Boolean to kind of cut in a couple different shapes here. In order for this to work, I need to make an Insert TriCurve brush, so that can be easily accomplished by going to Insert, Multiple Edge Loops, and then clicking and dragging here until my resolution is 1, 2, 3 equal parts here. In order for a tri-mesh brush curve to work, and if you want more information on this, again, go to my YouTube channel, go to the Intro to ZBrush series, and it'll tell you all about how to do all of these things here that I'm doing. But I'm going to go down Control Shift. I'm going to isolate this top part, hit Control W, hold down Control Shift, isolate this bottom part, hit Control W, and then the same for this middle part, Control W. I want 3 separate polygroups here. We've already gone over how to create an insert mesh brush, but let's go ahead and do it again. In this case, I want my brush to insert on my object away from me because this is going to be digging down into the brush to create an interesting kind of panel line. Another thing I might want to do is let's go to the top here and snap our view to the top here. I have perspective turned off. Now, if I want to mask these corner points here, what I can do is I can hold down Control and then hold down Alt. And what that'll do is just unmask just those points here. And now I can go through here with Gizmo and kind of move these around. Another option you could do is in the Z modeler brush, hover over a point and choose Move by Infinite Depth. And now you can actually move all of these points around all the way straight back down. So we're going to go ahead and make this shape here. And just like we've already learned before, you can go over here to Brush, Create, and we're going to create an insert mesh, and we'll make a new one. Now you're going to see when we draw this one out, it's probably going to be pretty faceted. So let's go ahead and we'll make another variant of this brush that's going to have be a little bit more curvy. So what we're going to do is go to Geometry, Crease, and we're going to change our crease tolerance down to say something like 47 and then hit Crease. Now when I hit D, that's going to turn on my dynamic subdivisions, and it's going to give you a little menu here to say always yes. And you're going to see this is what we're getting here. So if I hit Shift D, that's going to take us out. And it looks the same because it's creasing all of these edges that were over that angle threshold. If I go back to Z Modeler, hover over an edge and hold down spacebar, I can go to Crease Edge, and then I can hold down Alt, and that will uncrease any edges I don't want creased. So I can change that harsh original shape to a little bit more of a curvy shape in here. Of course, if I want to clean these edges up a little bit, what I can do is I can go to Insert, Single Edge Loop, and with dynamic turned on, I can just insert edge loops and kind of modify these transitions as I want. And if I want to soften these ones out, again, just hover over this one, we'll go to Crease, Edge, and just hold down Alt, and we'll uncrease these edges as well. So if I hit B, we can go grab our insert mesh brush that we created. I'm going to position this one again away from the camera, and then I can go over here and create insert mesh and append. And then skip that note till start. You can also hit B and hit Create Insert Mesh down here. It's the same thing. All of these options over there are still, like previous versions of ZBrush, they're down here as well. So now that I have those selected, it's just an insert mesh brush, so when I drag this out, it's just going to insert these. If I want to turn them into a curve brush, what I've got to do is go to Stroke, open this curve menu, turn on curve mode, and now when I drag this out, it's going to create a curve brush. Now, obviously, we have an anchor point, the green one, and then the blue one are 2 anchor points, and then it's repeating that pink middle. In order for this to be one contiguous line, what you need to do is, let's go ahead and open up these curve functions as well. We're going to go down to the brush menu, and if you don't have the brush menu over here, just grab your brush menu, grab that white dot, and just drag it in here. And now we can go down here to modifiers, and we're going to turn on weld points. And now when we touch this, it's going to go ahead and weld all those points together. You can turn up your curve res, you can turn on stretch. Again, go to my Intro to ZBrush series. I'll walk you all the way through this on my YouTube channel and on my Gumroad and Cube Brush and all that good stuff. But I think we've got this brush set up the way we want it.